Hello, pool fans, and hope you are locked in and ready for some world-class pool.
And it's in. What a performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have witnessed some absolute thrilling matches so far.
And in it goes. He is your champion. Celebration, so are Victor Zelensky.
Finest players in the world.
Oh, he makes it. Nicely on the 10.
Jasmine Ocean.
Looking at action over on the other table, a very warm welcome, viewers and pool fans, to Pro Billiard TV and the 2026 Pro Billiard Series, brought to you live deep in the Austrian Alps at the idyllic Hotel Alpina Alpendorf. And you join us for the closing matches here on day 4, and it's Predator mixed doubles action time, and I'm getting excited. It's a loser's second round matchup, and this should have some flamboyance and flair. The all-Spanish pairing, Team Reparo FSR, are taking on a very well-established duo, Team Fischer Kazakis. My name's Gethin Davis, and joining me in this 10-ball race to 4 best-of-3 sets winner breaks format, it's the ever-so-wise George Teachea. Welcome, George. It's good to have you in here with me.
Hello, Geffen, and what a match we have. You have the winners of the 2025 Predator Las Vegas event, Alex and Kelly, and then you have a very fine Spanish team who FSR, if you didn't just watch it, he just came off a loss to Joshua Filler, about to force the shootout, but he missed an all-important 8-ball in that rack, and it cost him the set. Maite Ropero, international player, she's played with the Spanish team for some time, so quite an event we have here and quite a match. And welcome to all the viewers. Here we go.
Yeah, I don't know if you caught, while we were just waiting for the match to start, they were having a good bit of banter between themselves, the two teams. So already the jovial mixed double spirit is underway, but it should be all seriousness now.
And speaking of seriousness, when you break the balls, it's all business, especially this young man that just broke them, although he broke dry. And this is being refereed by one of the great EPBF referees, Vlad Belkos from Latvia. Quite the entertaining character he is.
Yes, I have a family in Latvia. It's a beautiful country, and they are very social. Now, Kelly,
I'll tell you more.
I was just saying, George, I
Oh,
thought Kelly was going to take that one on, but that was always the danger.
she took it on and missed it. Had she made it, I don't believe she would have scratched. It would have been really close, but she was coming down and back up for the 2. And this rack is, that 3 ball seems to go by the 8, so it should go right by it. Either pocket, either long rail pocket there. FSR wisely letting Maite know exactly where to leave him so he can get on his 3 ball. The 3 ball is the key to the rack. Both teams have a loss in this tournament. The team at the table, the Spanish team, lost to Sosoa and Robbie Capito in straight sets, but they defeated Wei Wei and Mario He.
Yeah, I was watching the scoreline coming in their match against Sosoa and Robbie Capito. And that team still in it. They will be meeting up with the all-German lineup of Ina Kaplan and Moritz Neuhauser. Some really tough teams in this lineup. And I tell you what, it's really interesting to see. There's a couple of new teams as well. There's a few that we've seen a couple of times on the Predator Pro Billiard Series circuit, but it's wonderful watching them gel together, and the spirit is really entertaining.
This is going very fast to all our viewers. They just love this mixed doubles, as I do. I put together a spreadsheet here listing the teams with their combined Fargos in a ranking. And we're looking at one of the number 3 rated team right here with Kelly and Alex. Ropero and FSR are down a ways, but they are at 1,509 with FSR at 846 and Maite Ropero at 663, and playing stronger than what they're rated, I think.
Yeah, I was having a sneak peek at some of your games, George, and I heard you referring to that. I believe it was the pairing with Gorst that was heading it on paper.
On paper, they are the best. They are at 1629, him and Cho, but they lost in that shootout. And we've had some great shootouts. This man right here at the table had a great one against the Hall of Famer, Ralph Souquet.
The Kaiser.
13-12. The Kaiser. He went 9 shots on the back box for the spot shot.
That's something else. Yes, I did get to meet the Kaiser down in Belgium earlier this year, and he was really looking in good spirits and really shooting straight. Came up against Plenty Catchy in a tough matchup, but ooh, a little smirk from Kelly there, George, where the cue balls landed.
Well, the good thing is it's landed in a tough spot for the 8, but she doesn't have to do much with the cue ball, but just follow forward just a hair. That makes it a lot easier. And here they are. These 2 balls to win the all-important first game, first set. That first set is so important to win. Puts a lot of pressure on the other team. In these 2 out of 3 sets, races to 4. Because keep in mind, if it goes to a third and deciding set, if they're tied, it goes to a shootout. and we've seen some in the mixed doubles. That's exactly what cost Gorst and Cho their match, the opener.
I haven't actually recovered from that one yet, George. I had the pleasure of
That was
commentating
just
on it. It was exciting. And again, just as I expected and expect from this.
yeah, this promises to be a great one. You know, the one takeaway I had from watching Gorst and Cho play, at this moment it just slipped my mind who beat them, but was on that last spot shot that Gorst was shooting. Cho in the background turned her face and covered her eyes. She couldn't stand to watch the last shot, and Gorst went ahead and missed it, and that's how they lost.
Yeah, I
But
can
it's
remember
if you
referring to it as well. It was just perfectly picked up by the cameraman, George, and it was against Shashalu and Chichan Say. That was the team they came
yes,
up against.
Say and
That's
Lou. Say played excellent in that match. But speaking of excellent, we have a great one here. And the scuba diver and Latvian 8-ball senior champion just racked the balls for these guys. Vlad Belkos. And there you saw the Oceans in their match on the other table.
Yeah, they're coming up against the all-Norwegian duo, Torven Gangflot team. Now, made a ball off the break here. Or was it? Looked like the 8. Oh, no, the 8 did get knocked out the way.
It was headed. But more importantly, they got the first game. And that's what the fist bump was about.
Well,
Gethin, in these mixed doubles matches, it's just so enjoyable to watch the teams and their interaction between each other, especially early in the match when they're still trying to get comfortable and nobody's upset about missing a ball. But they're just so much good spirit out here. It's just good for the game. Very, very good for the game.
yeah, and something I was referring to before, George, you get to see an extra additional dimension of the players, because normally when you're playing single format, it's just you, yourself, and I, and it's quite insular at times, and they don't get to show much, and you double that up with the poker face they need to have around the table. But now in this format, they sort of just let their hair down a little bit as we get a close-up of Alex Kazakis.
Yeah, this will be fun to watch. And these are all, the Spanish team is always so jovial, they are just very nice people. I've met Maite several times. I always talk to her in Las Vegas when she's here for the Las Vegas Opens and tournaments, and that woman will just charm me with her Spanish accent. And FSR, of course, he's just always on top of things, very social, and he might be fuming, but he's not going to show it.
No, not at all. Well, Kazakis will be fuming from the result of his attempt to open up the 6-3. Kelly is looking a little bit dumbfounded. The blessing is that 3-6 is sewn up in case there is a ball in hand, or maybe they can push two other balls closer together.
The problem here is she wants to go 3 rails kick at it, but the 9 ball's in the way and probably the 10 ball's in the way, so they have to do something else. And they're trying to spin around this, around the 9 with English. This would be a great shot. No, she's, oh, Kelly. She went right into the pocket. She can't believe it herself, and Alex is laughing. That's exactly what I mean, or we were just talking about. They're both laughing in the corner.
Well, it was going to be ball in hand anyway. What they have saved themselves from doing is moving any other traffic.
Well,
did they tie up the 7, George? They may have tied up that 7.
it's close. We'll find out.
Well, first they've
Not
got to
anymore.
navigate their way. Yeah, they've got to navigate their way out of this potential 3 foul situation, George. This would be number 2.
And this one's hard to hit.
Well, all 4 players around the table right now know their angles so well. This would really help if he can play this off the long rail. It looks like he's going for that, George.
He got it.
Oh, and he's not come out of that selling out either.
Yeah, but she's going to have, Maita's going to have a nice safety here behind the 5. If she if she can keep the 3 ball out of the pocket. Let's see what she does here and how she handles it. Is she going to cross it? There you go. That's what I was thinking. And this is another tough one. That's the second very good safety by, actually the third. Are we going to have a very tactical match here?
It'll be very interesting to see who will get the best from that. I have to say, after watching FSR's match against Filler, some of the exchanges in safety play there were sublime. So I would fully expect this man at the table to be able to put their opponents in a real spot of bother. More importantly, he seems to be getting out of any difficult spot. And looking over Repara's shoulder, I'm sure he can ensure that she's going to do the same. So be interesting.
Well, El Ferrari, as he is called, is like driving on a windy road. He's built for it, and he plays like it. He can get out of it just about anything.
He just
And
had
a little more
look.
speed there.
I don't know if he thinks that if he can slide past the 5 onto the 3, or even if there's enough of the long rail just to nibble it. But I think he just called the top left pocket. So no, full ball cover.
He's going rail first. This is a shot that's used rather frequently in one pocket, where you just play the ball to the middle of the head rail and send your cue ball down. I'm not sure if she's even considering the carom for the 5, but more than likely she is considering the carom for the 5, as you can see, but I think it had a 2-way value.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a bit of a tricky situation that Kelly faces here. You could just see a couple of nubbles of her chin to the side as she was just turning down options. Alex has come in just to give his thoughts. Yeah, play it down towards the 7-9. Always a good chance of leaving them with no shot on it, which is how it's turned out, George. But what can FSR muscle up here?
Well, as I look at this, there's not much, but you might call the 5 ball here. There's 2 ways you can shoot at it. With the 3, and that looks like what he's going to do is hold the 3 cue ball there and play the 3 right into the 5. He could also swing the cue ball over to make it. It's worked out.
Not a bad result. 2 rails for Alex here, more than likely. But he certainly was listening to you there, George, and has been rewarded. Tap on the table, but still.
In fact, he was able to hold that 3 ball up more than he thought he could. Look at this. That's kicking with a purpose.
Well, can Mayte jump over the edge here? Is it just the edge she needs to go over? Because I fancy her chances. She is no slouch with the jump stick.
You know, with her Fargo ranking, she's no slouch at all. She's ranked as 663, and I believe she plays better than that, especially when she's being coached. You ask her to execute something, and she does it pretty well.
Well, team orders there were to lock up the 5-6, which has been achieved. Now, ball in hand. We've seen on a few earlier matches, these positions can lend itself to push players to go for the 3 fouls because they've already stepping into this shot with 1 in the bag.
Yeah, the other thing is such the short races, you don't want to take a chance on anything, so you play the percentages.
Now,
It's
let's
going
see if
one
it
rail.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's see if it lives up to the expectations I've set. But for our viewers, if they just have a look on Pro Billiard TV, it was on table 3. I'm sure it will be in the library. He went for that, George. At that pace. Now, what value is there in going for this 3? Is there a route through to bump into the 5? No. It's come out center table.
Yeah, he's looking at banking the 3 ball from there. I mean, the 5 ball, excuse me.
Oh, I can see where his tip is, George, coming underneath and cross bank.
Mhm.
Cheeky.
Exactly. And he can take his cue ball and kind of draw it off that angle off the 5 and run into the, I think it's the 8 ball. Yeah, the 8 ball. And she got him there.
Oh, Kelly's put it on a 6pence.
Run right into the 8 here and bank the ball to the side. Or is he going to play safe? Oh, he's playing safe all the way. It's going to leak, I think. No, it hasn't. It's beautifully done. Nice 2-rail kick here.
Yeah, I'm just
off
wondering.
the left long rail.
I was just wondering if they'd come back the way that the cue ball just arrived with the 1 rail. But where that 5 ball is situated over the center pocket, that side pocket may swallow this up.
This is a high percentage kick. This 2-railer goes right for it. Yep. Oh, and you swallowed it up just like you mentioned. Kissed the 5 and went right in.
Yeah, it's one of them shots. It's certainly very makeable, but to try and play that purposefully to catch it thin there, it does make it very difficult. It's a bit like the 2-rail escapes where you come off the short rail underneath for a kick and stick, and if you just catch it off angle, the cue ball can track towards the corner pocket quick as you like.
It sure did. And right off the 6 and down the drain, as they might say.
Well, it wasn't an unforced error, George. It was a good safety by Team Fischer-Kazakis. And as you said, quite rightly, in these quick-fire races to 4, best of 3 sets, you do not want to just do anything unnecessary to let your opponents in. And it's winner breaks as well, which can also add to the melee.
Oh, Gethin, I like the way you use quick fire there. That's Kelly's nickname. And you worked it in there perfectly. Such a wizard.
Thank you very much, George. And will Kelly oblige with Alex's gift? Yes, she will. And 2-0, very important now at this point.
Well, that second game produces a second win for the Fischer-Kazakis team. And that one was a very long game with quite a bit of changing sides there. That must have had, what, maybe 10 innings, easy? Or
I think
more?
so. There was quite a few back and forths, George. And I was just having a quick look at the scoreboards out there over on our other TV table. The Norwegian team Torven Gangflot currently trailing 0-2 to Team Ushan. And, well, I had the pleasure of commentating on a real tough match that Jasmine was in earlier today. I'm not sure how she's got the energy for it, but she's back fighting hard with her brother. And here we get the statistics. George, early doors, it's all Fischer-Kazakis.
Yes, it is. Every bit of it.
0% break success. What shall we glean from that? Because if there is a team to pick up that and start running with it, well, the dynamic of this match could change. But right now, it's Team Fischer-Kazakis leading 2-0 in this first set race to 4. Kazakis to break.
Cue ball.
Ooh, and a good spread, George.
It is. This is where things change hands and scores change too.
Yeah, this could be very advantageous for the Spanish team here. It's FSR to the table up first. One ball should be a given. It's more about where do you want to be for the 2 to guarantee shape on the 3. Looking just to stun it over towards the 5 here, I would suggest. Jacking up for the draw. Yep, nice bit of communication. Mate just double checking with her teammate. And she's like, I can go either way. Which one do you want? Perfect.
Yeah, their communication will be good.
Yeah, as I was saying, both teams are having a real good bit of banter. Kazakis and FSR have played together in many different stages. And the team Fischer-Kazakis, well, they're becoming a mainstay on the circuit for us, George. And they are absolutely fantastic to watch. And like you said, quite rightly, deservedly, should we say, picking up a championship back over across the pond.
Well, I'm 6 hours from that tournament, and I get to drive that and enjoy it every year in Las Vegas.
Well, I'm already getting jealous. However, I will say we are spoilt just as much here in Europe.
Oh.
And
the venues you guys have over there, Austria, Estonia.
Yeah,
I could just go on and on. Luxembourg just recently, all the Euro tours.
Soon to be Rome as well, which I'm looking forward to. And
Rome in August, Vietnam in September, Bali late September, but then it comes back to the States across the pond, as you said.
Well,
meanwhile,
if they need you and I there in Bali, George, sign me up. I told you this was advantageous.
It's one of the prettiest places on earth.
Absolutely. Well, look at this. Scratch. Advantageous leave from the break for their opponents, and as quick as they could, and in very fluid style, Team Reparo FSR get one back on the board, and Fischer and Kazakis are not going to have it their own way, George. This is going to be a tough encounter. Don't be fooled.
Oh, definitely. And more importantly is the fact that that was a full table run by the Spanish team. And so that gives them time at the table, confidence at the table, and they just get to settle in. Anytime you have a full table run, you get to settle in a little bit. It's easier on the nerves. You have success to choose from or play from. And it really helps the stats.
Talking of stats, for our viewers looking just to keep updated with the scores as they're coming in live, and also the fixtures for this, and also the Billard Beckmann men's event and the Billiards Carrinho women's event, go visit probilliardseries.com and you'll get links to all the fixtures. Also the events we've just alluded to coming up this year. And more importantly, as we were talking about the stats, George, you can get links to the live statistics coming up on both Table 1 and Table 2. Big thank you to our dear colleague Michael Salmon for that. And George, it's really been helping us get really good insights into matches, hasn't it?
It really does. We're able to point out exactly why the score lines are what they are.
Yeah, and sometimes, George, you just miss a couple of things that are going on, especially when there are good safety battles and what have you, and it really just helps you glean that extra dimension from the match. Now, Ribero's first break, was that a ball just sneaking down at the end there?
I don't believe so. It tried to go at the end. They almost made the 10 ball. The 4-railer comes around, look at the 10 ball going down there, and whoa, thought it was in, but it didn't. But she's left nothing except the jump shot. Yeah, those stats help us put rhyme to reason.
And on cue, the break stats come up. So far, no success for either team. However, that scratch showing up in the fouls department, and that was the one that Team Ripero FSR were able to capitalize from. Now, Alex has got not very many options here, and the shot clock isn't his friend. Did call the extension.
And they had 60 seconds already. So that's a long extension. Yeah, they got 60 seconds after the break. They used it all up and added 30 more to it. But that break is a really good example of what some of these players want to accomplish by breaking from the side in 10 ball. See how all the balls are grouped from on the same side she broke from? That it's just a good example of that, of exactly what you're trying to do. When you break from the middle, you go on offense. When you break from the sides, you want this type of layout. You want to be tactical.
You do. I think Alex, George, has got away with that somewhat. Maybe the cue ball is over far enough. But I have to say, he's got a bit of a result there.
Playing safe all the way. And he got it. Hard to get to the left side of the table to come back for the one. He'll have to spin.
Yeah, a little bit of deliberation between the pair.
Yeah, she's going to have to use a lot of English here. Can she get to the lower side of the side pocket? Yes, she can. Oh, and you actually spoke to that just a little bit ago. You said on the 2-rail kicks, you get behind the ball and the scratch is available. Well, available, and it drops right in.
Yeah, I've seen it happen on many an occasion. And now, ball in hand, after winning the third rack to bring it back to 2-1. I haven't had a full look at the spread, as I was a bit focused on that scratch. I see a 6 and a 3 lurking close, but may pass the 9. This is a good opportunity here.
Yeah, the position of the 2 makes it. I don't know. That 3 ball looks like it goes by the 9, and if it does, this rack could be wide open. It all depends on if that 3 ball goes by. It must. And he also has the angle to move it. He can come into the 3 ball with the cue ball, it looks like.
Yeah, I agree. From that camera angle, it did certainly look that way, George. And yeah, with the 3 passing. Oh, it didn't. They needed to run into it, George.
Yeah. Well, she's got a choice here. Do they go for it or do they play all-out safety?
Well, unless it's really obvious, I would suggest safety is the best option, and playing it against the 5 in such a fashion allowed her to still hit that 3 hard enough to bring the cue ball round the table. That's worked out very nice.
This is a high percentage hit for Alex. I kind of think he might even have a chance of, well, the 10 ball's in the way. He's going to have to hit this hard and use some inside and draw English, unless he's spinning around it. Yeah, he's holding this ball up. Watch it bend off the rail. I was going to say he might make that ball.
Yeah, it was certainly makeable. And there was a very good chance going in at that pace, he would have pushed the red 3 further across and maybe not left this cut for FSR. But I have to say, now this is advantage, and Reparo being left very nice on this 4. Just needs to come back far enough for the 5, and this could be 2-2, and this could really start to spice up.
This should be 2-2. It's going to take an error here. She's going to come around 3 rails to give him position for the 5. And from there, it's, you know, it's open season.
He's going to take a chunk of the 9 here. He's not afraid to move balls, FSR. If there's the long 6, I think that's what Reparo has just suggested. She doesn't mind that. Oh.
As it dribbles in.
Took the scenic route. Indeed, it took the scenic route.
It puts you on the edge of your chair, just kind of like lean into the computer and take a close look at it.
Nice.
It'll slide in.
Very nice.
Shots like that have a bigger pocket, especially when they're played with that speed.
And that will work nice, George. Anything on this 9, you will not need to do too much with the cue ball to leave the 10 to the bottom left corner. You said it should be 2-2. There's always that little danger of the commentator's curse, and we're very cautious not to tempt fate, but I wanted to agree with you, and you were quite right. Good call. There's 10, and we've got a match on our hands.
I don't believe in commentators' curse, although I'm sure we've been cursed at for it quite a bit. But and it is 2-2. 2 games apiece here. The games are coming in pairs.
Yeah,
Race to 4.
They're coming in thick and fast. We've got Team Baumgartner Gutenberger. They're winning 3-1 in their opening set against Song Zielinski. And Team Chen Maciol has already taken the opening set. They're 1-0 up sets, 2-0 up in the second set against Chang Lechner. And another quick update, Fu Graba, they're 1-0 up on Ianini and Suto. And they're also 2-0 up in their second set. So match is already warming up. Some racing through their opening sets. Not that way here, George. This one is a bit more technical.
Well, this one is to stay in because they've already got a loss.
Yeah, And even then, they have the losers third to get through and the losers qualifications to make it through to the quarterfinals, which is where the money's at. But it's big money, George, and I can understand why they're fighting so hard.
Yeah, that 40,000 is nothing to sneeze at. You can put it in my bank account anytime.
Do you think we could go out there as a mixed doubles team?
I tell you what, I'll come to the Netherlands. If we have that 40,000, I'll come out there and I'll be your partner.
Deal.
You're going to wear the dress, though.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it. Now, oh, that's a better break. That's a much better break.
Two ball goes down. I love these replays right after the break, and the full replay of the whole rack just makes this very enjoyable to watch for the fans and for us. It's a replay, and we can pick out where the errors may have been, or we can talk through it a little better.
Well, ever since I'm trying to remember how old I was, I watched the film Moneyball, and I just became instantly a geek for sport. And statistics are really, well, they do the trick for me. They don't always necessarily give you the full picture of a match. But yeah, it really does help you to understand the players better.
Sure. And I'll tell you one thing. Actually, with this tournament here, with the ladies, with the Billiards Carrinho Women's Open, I was looking at the play to get to the final 16. And the players that were in that winner's qualification, in ranking the entire players list, it was all the top 16 players, with the exception of Shasha Lu. She was the only one missing from that list of players. Look at this kick in.
Oh my.
Great
What a
shot.
shot.
Unbelievable roll. Unbelievable for that ball to come over and get behind the 6 ball.
Oh, I loved the cameraman picked up Alex and Kelly in the background there as well. They will be feeling that with them. We've got Reparo dancing around the table now. The shot clock is setting the tempo.
This is rail first. A kiss. Oh, and it gives it up.
Needed.
She could have
to
done
avoid
without the kiss. It still would have sold out, though. Still would have left the shot. They would have been in the open. So.
Yeah, the shot clock, not Team Reparo, FSR's friend there. Now, an angle for Alex to bump over for the 6. And this will be a nice response because it was just starting to run against them for a while. They will definitely appreciate this look at an open table.
Big game, too. It puts them on the hill. And breaking. And I believe as you've said, the break success has just not been there for anyone. You have a 33% for Ropero and Sanchez, but 0 for Fischer Kazakis. They had 1 scratch, I believe.
Yep, correct. And that was pounced on, and that gave Reparo and Sanchez Ruiz their opportunity to get their teeth back into this opening set. Because they ran that opportunity. Now, Alex has got to put a bit of work in on this cue ball. Wants to pop it in and
Just
out off this short rail.
Yeah. Wasn't hard enough. Oh, he had to get behind that one. He didn't. Well, will she be looking at getting under the 9? Is there room to get under the 9? Or will she just go for the bank? I think she goes under the 9.
Wise
Oh, and she
move.
held it. She
Yeah.
held it well.
That little bump on the 9 just took enough energy out, otherwise it was going to leak past. There is a very small gap and only an edge needed to jump over, but oof, that would be brave. Now, can FSR pull off another similar shot to earlier in this rack?
If he does, the ball will come down towards the 9 off the long rail, and because he was going to hit the other side of it, he would have been down for position. So, nice attempt there by FSR. Hit the wrong side of the ball.
Should be able to avoid the side pocket here, George. I never seem to.
Use higher English. She should get by.
Yes, nicely done. They're not easy shots to contend with.
No. Takes a nice stroke. But it got them their third win of this set, putting them on the hill to go ahead and break for that fourth and final game.
Yeah, and just a quick update over on our other stream table, table 2. That's team from Norway, Torvald Gangflod. They're up against the Ushans. They're currently trailing 3-1. The Ushans on the hill in that opening set. And just to let you know, as I mentioned, this is the closing matches on day 4. Day 5 continues at 10 a.m. tomorrow with more Belarus Carrinho Women's Open action. I think it starts off with the losers quali, and then from there on in, all players remaining are in the money. So it'll be very interesting to see how the players come out tomorrow. There's been a lot of pool today and a lot of matches for some of these players, as we've had both men's, women's and now mixed doubles actions. There's quite a few matches some of these players may have picked up just through today.
Yeah, that's the beauty of these events where they have the mixed doubles and they have the men's and women's open, is these players make the trip and they have a chance at 2 big prize funds. Both of them, both men and the women.
Yeah, that's a good point. Torvald and Gangflot are both out of the men's and women's event respectively, so their hope is now in this mixed doubles open. But you're right, it just adds another chance, and with so good a prize pot being offered by Predator, Pro Billiard Billiard Series, and also our sponsors, it really brings some players to the events now. It's the best of the best. I think we're only just missing quite a few of the American men players, and that's really it, and a couple of Filipinos.
Yeah, we're missing the Americans and the Filipinos here. The Americans don't make the trip because it's on them. A lot of these European players have the federation help for their expenses or things of that nature, where the Americans don't.
No, and also following this event, after day 8, we'll have 1 day's rest. Oh, scratch for FSR. I was going to say, George, we have 1 day's rest and then we return for Predator Euro Tour. So a lot of these players will be hanging around for that as well, getting the double whammy.
And spending some time in one of the most beautiful countries in Europe.
I was watching some of the wonderful interviews that have been posted on the Pro Billiard Series social media pages, and just the backdrop alone. And you had like Shasha Liu out there in her sunglasses with the Alps behind her, and it's like, oh, it doesn't get much better than that.
Well, I'll tell you, this is on personal point though, but I've been in Klagenfurt twice for these tournaments, and I'll never forget one evening, just out on the town. It was kind of a slow night, so everybody's out walking after the tournament kicks off, and I was joined or saw the late Chang Zhonglin and Cho Che-yu and a group of the Taiwanese out walking. And I was out walking with my wife, actually, because I took her with me. And it's just beautiful evening. And we spent some time in Italy. But just the players enjoy getting out. And I'll never forget that evening.
Wonderful, wonderful memories, and more memories being made every time we return here, to be fair. Now, these guys got ball
Oh,
in
she
hand,
got on the
George.
box.
I was going to say they
She
got
got on
ball
the
in
wrong.
hand, but they needed to always do something with that 5, George. And leaving it till the last minute just encourages this.
Yeah, it just slid a little bit too much off the rail, or it kind of grabbed too much off the rail, that English. And instead of going into the 6 ball, it went into the 5. Oh boy, let's see what happens here. It's
Yeah,
going to work out for him.
It is.
It won't
Is
go
the bank around the 8?
Yes, but his cue ball is also in danger of kissing it because he has to bring it back for the 6 or hold it for the 6. And the cue ball might be in the way, in the path to go to the side pocket.
Well, I can't see many other options. You could try to get the cue ball down behind the 7. I didn't hear a call. Oh, it is. It is. And
Held it.
Reparo,
Held.
clean as a whistle.
He sure did. Didn't have the angle I thought it did. It was perfect. It went to the other side, in fact. And those are the little angles that we don't see on our monitors. That's where the players really show us what's going on. Look how nice this opened up. And this descended to Hill in the first set.
Well, I have to say, when that cue ball dropped from FSR's shot, I actually thought, well, we'll be moving into the break now. It's not to be. And I tell you what, I very much fancy this going to a Hill decider. And with the way the breaks are going, I'm not going to pick, I wouldn't want to pick a winner in it.
Oh, oh my. Watching the cue ball too closely there. Big miss. Glaring miss.
Yeah, and a pooch of the lips from FSR. What has he left Kelly here? It's a very thin cut into the side, or the top right pocket avoiding the side.
Well, after that shot, El Ferrari better get a tune-up because that was a tough one.
Yeah, might be time for a service.
That A ball's not his friend today. I mean, that's kind of the same ball he missed playing filler to force a shootout. To the same pocket. No, it wasn't. It was to the corner, excuse me. It was to the same side.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed, George. That was a great opportunity
Sure.
to stay in this set and get us through to the Hill decider. Now, Kelly Fisher to put them one set in the lead and give them a little bit of comfort space in these short races to 4. And, well, straight out of the chair, Team Reparo FSR, we will take a short break while you just have a roundup of the shots. George and myself will just take a short break too, and we'll be back very shortly for more action and the start of our second set. Don't go anywhere.
Well, as you can see, looking at these stats, player overall performance for the Spanish team, that stands out to me at 689 for the set. In their previous win over Weiwei and Mario He, they performed at an 840 for the match, but their first set was 897, then a 655, then a 921. So that was way below their standards. But a lot of it had to do with the performance of Fischer and Kazakis. But even they were at a 700 level. They weren't real high.
No.
Yeah, they were at 725.
Yeah, there's still some room for improvement from both teams as we return back to this losers second round matchup in the Predator Mixed Doubles Open. And dry break from Team Fischer Kazakis brings FSR to the table. Now, they will really want to get a couple of points on the board early and just put their opponents under pressure. They're going to need to come the hard way this time, George.
Yeah, they've got some pressure on them, especially with, pretty much that set went right down to that miss on that 8-ball in the last game. That miss, he makes that ball, they get the game, and they're still in it at 3-3 instead of losing the set. It could be a different scoreline.
Flashback to his previous singles match against Filler somewhat.
Sure was. Same ball anyway.
Ooh, it's not bad if that window is not leaking the top of the one ball. Just a quick look up at the shot clock for Reparo. Looks like they can catch the top edge. Or will it be cushion first? Oh, I was going to say it looked like maybe rail first. They've caught the 10, George. Oh.
I think she was going for the rail first there and caught the 10 ball going in. That's an awful small window. My Lord.
Yeah.
She might have had a... She may have had an eighth of an inch to spare, but gosh, that was tight.
Yeah.
Going for it all the way now because everything's open here. But Kelly will bring this cue ball around by the 5 for the 3 ball on the left side. And it all opens up. The 5 ball goes to the same side pocket where the 8 is. And she's got there, I think. Yes, she did. Barely.
Alex won't need to do too much with this. He doesn't need to bring it around and run it into traffic or threaten it. Yeah. And you cannot be making mistakes at this level. Of course, it looked like the shot was on, but Reparo really needed that cue ball to suck in and make itself as small as possible. But ball in hand with an open table, George. Well, we all have our expectations, but I certainly know what Team Fischer Kazakis' would be. Oh, is he fallen a little funny here to get shape on the 6? Because the 7's blocking it.
I think he can just go right by it and play the 6 to this lower corner pocket, just like that.
Yeah. I thought he was running up a little bit higher.
Could have used one more rotation on the cue ball. But Kelly comes with her own great shots too, so you don't have to leave her perfect every time. She's been around a cue ball or two. That woman has been. She's got titles going in pool. She's got titles going back to 2004, and has so many I didn't want to count them up. She has a hat trick. She has a hat trick of world 9-ball and 10-ball titles. She's a Hall of Famer. Gosh, she's got so much, and they're just countless titles. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and I have to say, as much as Kelly is very accomplished and is up there, the top players in the world, she is just one of the greatest ambassadors for the sport as well. And the effort that she puts in, as much off the table as on the table, has just brought so many people to the sport and keeps us here in the sport as well. And it's good to see Fischer still delivering at the level that she comes to expect from herself. Now, can Kazakis bring the cue ball with deep draw back for this 10? He can. Maybe not as far as he'd hoped, but certainly into the area for Kelly to attack.
And Gethin, you just pointed out many of the reasons Kelly is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, indeed.
What she's done for the sport.
Now, am I going to put my foot in it? Did I hear recently that Corey Dool will be making his way into that illustrious list?
It's the first I've heard.
Oh, well, I probably got that wrong, so delete that, please.
No,
production team.
Yeah, Kelly has gosh, done so much for the game. I think she's been an Arizona Billiard Player of the Year 3 or 4 times at least 3 that I can think of. Let me see if I can. I was looking at some of her stats, and yeah, she was Billiards Digest Player of the Year 3 times, and she was Arizona Billiards Player of the Year 4 times. Billiards Digest Player of the Year of the Decade, from 2010 to 2020.
Well,
she's also a member of the Order of the British Empire, MBE.
Yes,
I
indeed.
believe Alison Fisher shares the same title. Not sure.
Very prestigious in the UK to hold such a title, and that really is indicative of their ambassador role for the sport. Now, it will be Team Fischer-Kazakis to break, and Kelly up with her break stick. Just looking at our Latvian referee chasing and killing, by the looks of it, or rather knocking unconscious an insect. And I was talking to our stat man, and he was very interested in if we could get a collage of referees and players attacking insects.
The best one would be a player with a cue stick trying to get it. Looks like a sword fight.
Exactly. Now, a promising break, but look at the leave. A little bit of a turn away from Kelly. Okay, they're going to have to do this the hard way. It's not going to come from even making a ball on the break. No.
And getting back, Gethin, to your comment about Corey Dool and the Hall of Fame, our prestigious and so knowledgeable chat says that, yes, he was elected to the BCA Hall of Fame. So Corey Dool's in.
Thank you very much. Whew. The sweat was beading down my face. I'm always a bit nervous daring to throw things like that out now and again. But I do appreciate whoever was responsible for that. And I hope you're not telling a fib. Now, they may play a push here, George, because I cannot really see much from this position now. They very well may push into a position where they can get something from it, and, well, Reparo and FSR decide to take it on, but that's just the gamble. I feel that just moving this one ball now, with it next to the 6, there's always the danger of selling out.
There's the push, but I don't believe they can cross the 1 ball without a kiss. If they can, it has a chance of making the 9. I would think that just a slow roll up, hitting the head rail and going into the 2, into the 1. But that's going to leave a safety opportunity for the incoming team, so they might get this back.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame them either. It's a tricky opener. Has Alex spotted a shot here? Is Kelly going to play rail first and get something off the 1 at 6 going over towards the 9? No, she's going for the edge, looking to avoid the double kiss.
She did.
Oh! Wow.
She must have called the 9. I can't believe she would have called the 1 ball there. Well, maybe. There's a little space that'll go in. She may have called that.
Is that Alex's arm from the overhead?
I couldn't tell if that was Alex or FSR. Who's wearing the yellow glove?
It was, yes, it was. So, yeah. That was
Alex,
called
yeah,
for.
she did call the 1.
Well, very aggressive stuff, and exactly then why they pushed to that position.
I was surprised she was able to beat the double kiss.
Yeah.
On that crossing 1.
Well, you made reference to 1 pocket earlier. That's certainly something which every 1 pocket player will want in their repertoire, because it's very advantageous to be able to avoid that double kiss in a position like that. Don't necessarily get to see them shots employed that often in the rotation game. But Kelly, ooh, nice little highlight reel shot for her there. And they're still at the table, George. Can they push this on to 2-0?
I don't see why not. They're in perfect position. And they're going to be in better position after this shot. He'll be coming around for the 8 ball on the side, more than likely. Same pocket as the 7.
Yep. And that will probably require Kelly just to run it off the 3rd rail. Round 2 rails and out. No, I thought she had more of an angle left than that. That's fine.
Yeah. She had the thin cut on it. That made it easier to do just that instead of going to 2 rails that you were thinking of. And a nice angle for Alex to bring this down for the 10.
Ooh, this mountain is getting a little bit steeper for Team Reparo Sanchez Ruiz, because that is 2-0, George, in the 2nd set. And, well, this is a must-win set for the 2 Spanish players. And, yeah, that opening 1 ball really did do the trick, George.
And this is their last lifeline here, because I believe FSR is out of the men's open. And let's take a look at Maite. I believe she's still in. Let's take a look here. Yes, she'll be playing the loser qualification tomorrow, first off, against Shashalu. So she's not quite done yet.
No, not at all. And a couple of results, George, already in. 2 matches with early 2-0 wins. Team Chen Masiol besting Chiang Lechner, and Fu Graba taking a 2-0 win over Ianini and Island Boy Suto.
The Island Boy. Grabe, one of my favorite players. Personable guy, just love Dennis. And Chao Fang Yu. Fu, excuse me. Playing well together. And then at the bottom of that bracket, Kachi and Takach and Kachi one set over Bojana Sarac and Sismon Cural, and leading 2-1 in the second set.
Some big names teaming up together out there, George.
They sure are.
Now, opportunity that you feel must be taken now by Team Reparo FSR. A little bit funny on this too. Could have probably liked to have had high side of this, but as FSR has just indicated, looking just to push the cue ball, needs to avoid that 8. Ooh, ouch.
They've got a lot of work to do in this set. They have to pull it out, and so far they are barely at a 500 overall performance with no positive stats. One ball pocketed. Nothing positive about this set. Nothing in their favor except that they're at the table now. He's got to come with a shot.
Yeah, he's got to come with a shot, George. It's all right being at the table, but... Oh,
look at this. You call that, but is there a window? Is there a window between the 5 and the 9? What a shot he came with.
I'm wondering if he thought he was going to hit that 4 thicker, because he did take a little chunk of the 4, and that's what's throwing the cue ball up the table.
Actually, I think he was thinking he might hit the 3 ball thicker and not make it, and that would send the cue ball straight up past the 8-7 and the 3 ball back to the middle of the rail, giving him a safe. His speed was good, and that's exactly what he was playing, but he happened to make the ball.
Well, this looks on, as you were suggesting, George. A little bit of top spin to avoid the side pocket. Believe, as you can see there, shape for the 5 should be quite nicely achieved with the cue ball floating back towards the center of the table.
I don't know. Topspin, the high English may not get by that side. Not from this angle.
I was taking your advice, George. Just taking your advice.
Not here. Not here. If the 4 ball was up maybe a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch, I would take that advice, but not here. Yeah, she's going to try to draw underneath it or bank the ball. She drew underneath it, and she's going to come and take the long view of the 6.
It's stopped? No.
Oh, she missed it. I thought she made the ball.
I'm just looking at where the cue ball landed up. It was tracking towards the pocket, but we took our eyes off the 4, George. It's there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the camera took our eyes off the 4 because it switched to the cue ball. But I thought it was in when she hit it.
Now.
And El Ferrari shifted gears and came with a jump shot and has now opened up a possibility of a win here.
What a friendly bump on the 5 as well. Look at this shot here. Certainly a highlight shot. Put themselves in trouble. But that was a great jump shot. Although with the 4 over the corner pocket, you expected him to make it, but nothing guaranteed with the cue ball. Now this really for me is key shot, George.
Yes, he's got to get it down here to where the cue ball is now. And he's done just that. Thin cut, but the cue ball comes around the 9 and the 10 rather easily. Doesn't want to run into him. She's got to get around him.
Yeah, she's got to be a bit careful as well with pace. There's going to be good energy in the cue ball.
Oh, no.
Well,
I still have it.
I was worried the way that cue ball was coming off the second rail that the side pocket may come into play, but bump into the 10, you dare say, has worked in their favour. And this looking good now, and a very important point to put on the board. Must win set, George. And it's got to start somewhere, and it really wants to start now.
Well, Maite doing her part, and so is FSR here. And that player performance level has shot right up into the 700s from 333 at the beginning of the game. So,
Couple of highlights.
More importantly, they're on the board.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just pointing out a couple of highlight shots there for FSR, but that won't mean anything to them progressing through to the next round, which will be the loser's third round, is really what they'll be wanting. And even then, they've still got to push through to loser's qualification to be able to get a place in the quarterfinals. So still quite a journey left for both these teams, or rather whoever gets the success in this match.
That's the beauty of this format and of these mixed double tournaments. It's only 32 teams, but you still have to earn your place in those quarterfinals. The money's good. I think it's $5,000.
Yeah, wise words, George. And another result has just come in the loser's second round. Wang Al-Ghaidi, the very good friend of FSR, have taken a straight set win over a very tough matchup, Gradiznik and Bartol. So they find themselves into the losers round 3.
Yeah, whenever the Spanish contingent comes to Las Vegas, you'll see FSR, David Alcaide, and Jonas Suto. Along with fourth, they usually bring along is Jose Alberto Delgado, and they'll all travel to Griff's and around the Las Vegas venue, which has changed. It's now in the Westgate instead of the Rio.
Yeah, there is such a passion and a real zest with the Spanish team, and also, George, a real family feel around them as well. They sometimes bring their children along to tournaments, especially the ones when they're held in Spain, as we had down in Gandia.
I was wondering if he was looking to go through that or playing the 6. It was a small window for that 2-ball to go by the 6, and he tried to force it through, and they might pay a big price for that.
I think it may have gone as well, George, if he hadn't have caught the 6 first. Definitely think that was on. How much of a price will they pay for that, though?
Well, they lose this rack. Their opponents are on the hill, and they need 3 games to right it, to right the ship. So it's a heavy, heavy price. Because I don't think that Kelly and Alex are going to let him back to the table. This shot's a little tough here. She's got to beat the 8, but she's got to get to the 4-ball.
And I also just noticed, George, the 6 doesn't have the top right, so going from 5, you'll need to get high of the 6. So just a little bit particular now from 4 to 5, and you feel this 4th rack can really open up to them here.
Yeah, he's got to go up and down here for the 5-ball. He's got to get back to the middle of the table. And he's over the ball, so this is tough. Yeah, he was trying to go up and down, but he got second prize. Didn't leave a shot. Didn't leave an offensive shot.
No. Good distance. Now, what can Team Reparo FSR do here? They ideally want to lock them up. It will be Fisher to the table. And ideally like to see Kelly come into the table with no look at the 4. It will be Reparo.
Oh. Yep, that's about all she had, really. She really couldn't find cover, although she tried. This makes... Oh, maybe she did get cover. That's awfully tight. She can barely see the edge of the left side of the 4 as we look at this.
That's a really good shot by Meitea, because there wasn't much to work with.
I was looking at that play, and I didn't think she could find cover. But Kelly tried to get behind the 5 there. Well, they still have the chance to get this back to level, and he came with the bank shot. Now it's, oh boy. Now the fact, what you pointed out has come into play. That 6 ball not going by the 8 and not being able to get the cue ball back to where it is now. This is going to take a strong draw. As they say in snooker, she's really going to have to screw this ball back, but she used follow. Didn't think she had that angle, but she did and played it beautifully. Nice shot, Maite. Maria Teresa Ropero.
You pronounced that so well, George. And this would be very reminiscent of the opening set, bringing it back to 2 apiece. And let's hope it doesn't take the same shape, because Fischer and Kazakis picked off the next 2.
Well, I'll tell you right now, he didn't miss that ball like he missed that 8 ball earlier. Same type of shot.
You're not gonna let it off the hook with that one, are you, George?
Well, that was big. That was just such a big miss. Big miss. You would never dream he would miss that ball.
No. I don't think any of us did, to be fair, but that is the beauty of pool. As we just see a roundup of the match, the shots. I was just going to mention one more result in. That team to catch Kachi, taking a straight set win over Salaj Kural. They will move through to the losers' 3rd round as well. And the results are coming in thick and fast. Now 2 apiece in this 2nd set. There is not a result coming here anytime soon. And if Team Reparo FSR get their way, they will be looking to take this deep into the 3rd and deciding sets now. This break to get their account off.
And unfortunately, they lived up to their expectations on the break success. Actually, no. They broke dry.
Yeah, they did. And that 1 ball is out there for the picking. I fully expect Alex to take this on, looking for shape on the blue 2.
He's got to avoid it with the cue ball. He's going to go right by it. Overcut it because of it.
Okay. A chink in the armor. And Reparo Sanchez Ruiz out of their chair. And it would be great if they can just get themselves on the hill in this 2nd set and ask a few questions. I feel, to be fair, George, this match does deserve to go to a 3rd.
Most definitely. You never want to see a team losing straight sets. Always more exciting to see the drama
As it
that a third
unfolds,
set
indeed.
provides. That's right.
Now, I think FSR's asked for the 2 in the side pocket off the 5 here.
I'm a little surprised she didn't try to get above the 2 there, but maybe that side pocket was just too dangerous to try to maneuver around. Is he going to play a safety behind the 6? No, he went for the make.
Yeah,
And
he went for the 5.
may have got away with it. This 2-ball may not go by the 8.
It's a thin
Oh,
cut.
they just switched camera angles.
I was going to say it's a... Oh, no, it doesn't pass.
It didn't pass.
No.
Well, now, do you jump it or do you kick it?
I didn't see how close it's landed to the 3 because the rail first shot would be good if she could stick the cue ball with full contact, but if it's going to move the 3 as well, that sort of negates the object of that shot.
They were thinking the 3-ball. Oh, no, they weren't. I was saying that they're thinking the 3-ball may go to the side. It wouldn't. But now, at 2-2, Fischer Kazakis will come to the table with an open table. The 4-ball stuff, got to work around the 7. Wouldn't surprise me if they didn't bank the 4. Just stop the cue ball there and bank the 4. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
No, I agree. I think they're resigned to that now as well. As you can see, Christina Tkach and David Arcady. Didn't pick up who was in the middle there with this big, big smile, but look like they're having fun. Fantastic.
Yeah, I missed that. Oh, that's Weiwei.
Oh, it was Weiwei.
I can.
Only
Little
ever see
peace
her
sign.
only ever see her in her professional pool top.
Yeah. I've got my iPad on the YouTube channel, so there's a little bit of a lag, and I was able to catch it because I missed it when they first showed it on our screen.
Now, George, the bank shot for Alex Kazakis. This to put them in prime position to get to the hill first.
He'll draw it into the 7 and have the 7 hold it there for the 5. But he's missed the ball.
Ooh, he has. And I don't think that 8 is going to spoil queuing. I look to the heavens from Alex. That wasn't expected,
Well,
but it was a difficult bank. They always are.
I think the difficulty came when he was trying to hold the cue ball off the 7. Had he made the ball, he would have held the cue ball perfect. He hit it too thin, and it opened up, and the cue ball got away a little bit.
Well, we've seen these guys jump on an opportunity similar to this in racks earlier in this set. This is a good time, first on the hill psychologically, and also in this winner breaks format, giving them every chance, taking us to a third and deciding set. Ooh. Has Mayday got anything to work with?
Well, Does she have an angle to get the cue ball where he just pointed? She must. There must be a little angle that we can't see, and there it is.
Yeah, drawing back
See,
off
like
the long
I pointed this out earlier, and I said when you ask her to do something, she's able to execute, and that's what I like about her.
And this one has come up prime position. Reparo straight on this 9. Looking good to go on the hill first in this second set, George.
And they got there. No mistakes that time, and they were able to close that one.
Ooh.
And actually, that big A ball that I referred to missing was at the same juncture at 2-2.
Yeah,
there they are.
Correct.
David Alcaide.
Having a great time out there. Finished their mixed doubles matches. Can get to enjoy watching the rest now. David here just giving his good friend FSR and Reparo a bit of a bump and support. Very nice to see, and there will be more mixed doubles action coming back tomorrow, but you'll have to wait till 4 p.m. in the afternoon for that. Before, set your alarm clocks. 10 a.m. sharp, we'll be kicking off with the Billard Carrinho Women's Open, and at 1 p.m. we'll be into the Billard Beckmann's Men's Open, and we'll have 4 p.m. for mixed doubles and also 8 p.m. for the mixed doubles. It's going to be exciting tomorrow, but still, we've got day 4 to complete yet.
And this is the last of day 4. I believe our other TV match, is that still on, or has that been completed on table 1? On table 2, excuse me. Nope, they're still going.
Underway, yep.
They're
Currently
2-0-2.
Yep. The Ushans are 1-0 up against Team Torven Gangflot, and they're locked at 2 apiece in their second set. Now, Alex didn't want to leave a window between the 2 and the 6. He just took an extra look at that. Maybe FSR can smuggle the cue ball through there.
I actually like him kicking at this, and try to kick it past the that little window with the 5-7. I'm not sure he can do anything with it if he can hit it from this angle. Oh, let's see what he plays with this. This is interesting. I guess he can see the 2 rail. But the 8-ball had that. And so now they've come back.
Yeah.
Back to the table for Kazakis and Fischer.
You could see FSR was hoping to avoid the 8 with the 1 there. It took all the energy out.
Sure.
And it's hung out for Kelly. Not a bad looking table by all accounts. Just 2 to the 3. Really looks paramount, only because of the 3 not having the bottom left corner pocket available. Maybe the 6 doesn't pass the 9. Something to consider, George, but not a bad lookout for Team Fischer Kazakis, and if they take this to Hill, I don't think my heart could take much more.
Yeah, that's 6 balls. They're going to have to let us know if it goes by the 9. If it does, things don't look good for the Spanish team. But if it doesn't, it looks like they can go by to the outside of the pocket, to the left side of it. It doesn't play to the center of the pocket, but it plays to the facing.
I'm just wondering, from the way Kelly just looked, is she going to need to draw this back with the trace of side to play the 3 at the 6 in the right side pocket if it doesn't go? Like this.
That's exactly, yeah. It wouldn't go. This is a tough shot, very delicate, going to these side pockets.
Yeah, these are not shots to take liberties on. These Predator arc tables I've been playing just stupendously. They're not forgiving.
Now, especially the side pockets, and there it is. There it is.
Got to
That
be
was a
so
tough
precise.
side.
Oh, little slap of the face for Alex, and a good turn of fate, because just taking this rack rather than needs that to bump on. Oh, that worked out well. A little grit of the teeth, George.
It didn't go by too far? Oh, it might have.
Oh,
It might be above the pocket where you can't cut it.
Well.
Oh, Mike, that was priceless. Oh, he's able to get it. He got it. But they're not out of the woods yet. They're going to have to find a different landing area. This is the 8-ball that FSR missed against Filler.
Yep, he needs to take some lessons from Reparo by the looks of it. She made that look rather easy. Don't tell him I said that.
Well, funny thing is, I was going to say she should have looked back at him and said, "See, that's how you make that shot."
That was going to keep her.
And they get that.
Yeah.
4 straight games the Spanish team went through there. They won 4 in a row to send that to the 3rd and deciding set. What an outing for the Spanish team in that set. A couple of good breaks, and it took advantage of them all.
Brilliant stuff. Really, really good stuff. Digging deep, showing good grind. Was very easy just to turn your toes up once Team Fischer-Kazakis took the opening 2. But now we're going through to a 3rd deciding set, George. I have to say, momentum clearly with Team Reparo FSR, and with David, Wei and Christina Tkach watching on in the background, giving a very good round of applause. I think we're in for a treat, George, and players are taking a timeout. Normally, we would take a break with them. What are you feeling, George?
Let's stay with it. Let's stay with it, because you still have the Oceans versus Torvund and Gangflot. They trailed 3-2 in the second set after winning the first. So they're about to be going into a 3rd and final set. Wait a minute, am I not up to date here? Let me refresh this. Maybe I'm not up to date here.
No, I think you might be. Yep.
Let's take a look again here. No, yeah, it's 3-2. And of course, we know Kachi and Tkach are done winning their set because Tkach is in the audience.
Yep, and she's in her civvies. They're out of their uniforms, so to speak. So they will let their hair down for a few hours before preparing for day 5's action, which will kick off at 10 a.m. Now, we've got the wonderful world of statistics up in front of us, George. And we should see a contrast from set 1 to set 2 between the two teams. However, Team Fischer-Kazakis, well, they have a better POP in set 2 than they do in set 1, and that wasn't going to be enough. Wow.
No. I think what happened was those big breaks that the Spanish team got in order to have four games in a row to win that set came at the expense of some errors by Team Fischer-Kazakis. And let's take a look at where those missed shots are. Let's see. Yeah, they had 4 missed shots in the second set. That's where it came from.
And that's the beauty of the statistics as well. Really does help you pick out them moments. Also, in the statistics, we also have under a separate header turning points, where our good colleague Michael Salmon just take notes of key points in the match. I'm sure you will find that a wonderful world to add to your statistics calendar, George.
Well, the other thing that stands out to me is the 29 balls pocketed by Fischer-Kazakis. They pocketed the same amount of balls in the first set as they did in the second set, but they only won 2 games. So those misses came in very, very big.
As point.
The Spanish team won 4 games and only pocketed 31 balls. Look at this. This is interesting. 31 balls pocketed by the Spanish team in set 1 and 2. 29 balls pocketed by Fischer-Kazakis in set 1 and 2. And look at the scoreline. Look at the scoreline.
Incredible.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, there are still 4 matches underway. 2 of them have gone to the third and deciding set, this being one of them. The other one being Kaplan-Neuhausen taking on Sosoa Robbie Capito. They're locked at 1 apiece in sets and 1 apiece scoreline. Up on the other table, table 10, Song Zielinski. Well, they trail 1-0 against Baumgartner Gutenberger, but they're in the lead 2-1 in the second set. I have to say, all these matches are warming up rather well. They're probably getting close to the boil. As the players return, it's going to be FSR to get us off for this third set. George, hold on to your chair.
I'm holding, and I'm on the edge.
With white fingertips. Now, what has he got from that? The 6. Yes! Up to its old tricks, the 6.
Like as they say, green is money, and the 6 ball's green. It was money for them, but look at this 1 ball. 3 balls and away.
Yeah. They're at the table. It will be Ribero's shot, so she is just having a look to see if they play the push where they're going to push it to. She's going to push to that little window. But
it lays very nicely for that. Just follow past the 1, right behind the 2. Well, David left the girls. He's not sitting with them anymore. It's just Wei and Tkach and the Crystal.
And
I like this play behind the 2 ball.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, George. And as we were referring to some of the players from in the crowd, George, just useful to note to any viewers who are in the area and enjoy their nice long walks around the Alps. Well, come and enjoy some pool as well, because it's free entry to come and watch. But while I was talking, George, Kazakis is scratched.
I don't understand why you hit it so hard. I don't understand the speed there. You just want to ease your way behind the 2. I don't understand the speed. But I'm not the pro player either, so.
No, quite. Oh, I tell you what, that little clink on the 5 took the energy out of the cue ball. I'm not too sure if that's helped Reparo or not, because the cue ball's going to be running into the 9 ball. She's probably going to have to force this with some topspin and leave a little bit to luck. Oh. Well, you said, George, if that's what FSR's told her to do, she has complied.
She did that well. And he'll come around here. This lays pretty nice. He'll go 3 rails to where the 3 ball is right now, coming around for the 4. Perfect.
As you said, George, they won 4 on the bounce to come back from a 2-0 deficit in the second set. Confidence has got to be running high. Still good communication between the pair. And Reparo delivering on cue. Can FSR return the favour?
Basically a stop shot. Might follow it. He might follow it down for the side. Gives her a better guarantee to get an angle to go from the 8 to the 9. Oh.
I think that's all right.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just I thought he'd be just a little different there. This might prove to be a little difficult. He's going to draw this back, but it's going to draw back straight. No, he's got an angle. He's got the angle for it. Perfect. That change in camera angle. But this is hard to hold. Up and down.
Very nice touch, George.
That was very nice. Yeah. Beats the heck out of up and down, and they open up. They open up with a big win in the first game.
That's 5, George. That's 5. Can they keep this run going? Because I tell you what, they are really playing out of their skin. Great shots by both players to win at that opportunity. As the cameraman agreed, nodding yes. Have a quick look.
I don't think. Go ahead.
I was going to just say, just taking a quick look out across the arena, it looks like the Ushans have taken that second set and turned around that deficit in the second set to win 2-0 over Torvald Gangflot. And Kaplan Neuhausen now 2-1 in the third deciding set against Sosoa Robbie Capito. There's one other match underway to quickly fire in. Song Zielinski 2-2 in the second set, but they do trail by 1-0 against Baumgartner Guttenberger.
Keep in mind, Zielinski played with Sosoa, and they won the last mixed doubles opening or event.
They did, and they played fantastically together. Now that 10 was tracking towards the bottom left corner, didn't drop. It's a dry break. A good look on the 1. Team Fischer-Kazakis will be very well advised to not let Reparo and Sanchez Ruiz get another point on the board, because momentum is really with them, or should I say the wind is in their sails somewhat. And having a look at getting shape on the 2, I think even if they don't, there's a good safety to be played.
Well, actually, it looks like they have to kick at it 2 rails. Or am I missing something here? Hold on.
Yeah, the 1 first, and then to float across 4-2.
I was missing. That's what I was missing. The 1 ball's still on the table.
You may be having a premonition, George, because we haven't seen where this cue ball will end up yet.
He's going to try to find that window between the 3-8 and come into the 2 and 2-4. Oh, he went above it. It's even better. Much, much better. Yeah. Here comes the safety. I don't think she'll go for this, although I wouldn't blame her. She hits these shots so well. She hits these so well. Just cut down the rail and she'll be on to 3. So it's a choice.
I'm pretty sure she just turned around to him and said, "Where do you want to leave me? Where do you want me to leave you on the 3?" And they had a big chuckle. She may still go for this. Oh,
she did. Oh my. Yeah, the safety was guaranteed. That was not. That was my only reason for even thinking about not playing the shot she just played, was that the safety was guaranteed.
Great camera angle, George, showing that they have ended up with full ball cover on the 2. There is a Massey shot that could be on.
Oh, I think he'll go rail first here, try to make it. The cue ball's going to hit the 9. This has a chance. This has a small chance.
Well, it did have a chance. It's come back up against the up the long rail a little bit. Where that 10 is, I'm not sure if they can play it in off the 10 into the corner pocket or play for the 10. So it's the 3 railer.
Well, look at this. You know, you mentioned that it looked like the rolls were going the Spanish team's way, but this one just took that wind out of the sail.
I'm just
but
wondering
she'll
how much.
cut it on the left.
Yeah,
she'll cut it on the left, bring the cue ball down by the 10. Should find cover with 4 balls in play.
Ooh,
Don't make the 10. Make the 10. Ooh, now that went away. They'll be back in.
Yeah. I don't think Kelly, even though Alex got out of their chair, just a little raise of that yellow glove. You can stay out there. No. I don't think there's an edge. Don't even think there's an edge of this, George. It's going to be short rail first. There is a lot of traffic around the 2, so good things could come. It depends on what pace they go into this.
Yeah. Well, first of all, first things first, you got to hit the ball.
He was looking for a cheeky thin edge on that 3 to push it over towards the 8. And hoping the cue ball coming high up the table. That's not to be. Ball in hand. Now this turns into a very nice opportunity for Team Fischer-Kazakis.
Well, this lays out pretty good for them.
It does indeed. Just need to be careful with position on the 4. That 9 is lurking if he doesn't get into this cue ball. Navigated well. Possibly just a short draw on the 4 for the 5 into the left side pocket, and they'll be off to the races, George. Ooh, ooh, no, no, no. There was no draw on that cue ball.
Sometimes that happens.
Kelly walking away, just rubbing her head. Can Alex recover with a jump on the 5? Oh, wasn't far away. Will he get away with it? I'm not sure he has. I think the potting angle is visible for Reparo here. Mayte.
Wow. Spanish team about to go ahead 2-0.
Whew. It did look like Fischer and Kazakis had maneuvered themselves into a position to get the score back to level. Right now,
Yeah.
that wasn't to be. And as long as there's no misbehaving with shape for the 8, they're looking good for their 6th rack in the row. Ooh, a little bump. Looks like it still has a
Favorable
pathway.
bump. Yeah. It looked like a favorable bump. As long as this ball goes by the 9, which it does. And there it is.
Ooh. Well, I have to say, at 2-2, or rather 2-0 in the second set, when Fischer and Kazakis were up, this would have not been my first choice if you'd have asked me where we would have been 30 minutes from there. But this has been wonderful. Maybe a bit brave, that
And
too?
Yeah, I think so. That's where they dropped the handle, because that safe was guaranteed on that 2 ball. She also didn't expect to miss that ball. I mean, it's the shot she's made thousands and thousands of times. Here's a good view now. Let's take a look at at our numbers here. It's funny, but it seems to me like Kazakis and Fischer. Oh, not anymore. I was going to say they lead in a lot of the stats, but they don't. Not anymore.
No, they're even being pipped by 1 point in the player overall performance now.
Just a little. But you've seen the progression. The Spanish team starting out slow and building the opposite for Kazakis and Fischer. They dropped off in the 3rd set.
FSR to break. This an opportunity to get on the hill in this 3rd deciding set with no reply yet from Fischer Kazakis. Dry break. Shot on the 1. What can they muscle up here?
They're going to have to, because, as you said, no reply in 6 games from Fischer Kazakis. 4 straight in the last set and 2 in this one. They've only won 2 of 8 games in the last 2 sets.
Yeah, that's going to have to change. Alex just looking at running into the 3 here off the 1. Just leaves a little bit to chance. Ooh.
He wanted to hit that 3 ball full. He wanted to hit it full. He just grazed it.
Now what's Kelly got to look at here? Doesn't look like anything immediately obvious striking out at me.
I think she can see the 2-ball hole, so she'll come across she'll cross the face, try to bank it towards the 6-7, and take the cue ball over behind the 4 is what I like. Does she have enough angle for that, though, is the question. Yeah, she just pointed that out, but I'm not sure she has the angle to do that. They get a better read here than we do. If it's there, that's the play that I would pick.
Well, it looked unorthodox, but I think that's just because they didn't get the result they were looking for. I would have to say that this 2-4 combination, well, that looked appetizing, but it doesn't look like they're even contemplating that at the moment.
Not sure what she's playing here. She's going to roll up on the 3. Yes.
Oh, that's nice, George. That looks like it is kissing that 3-ball. Still the 1 rail escape, or 2. Small chance of making the pot here.
Oh, it's going to work out. It's going to work out for him. Nibbled his way into a safety.
Oh, it slid past the 3. If it decided to lock elbows any harder, there would be a look at this 2-ball, but there's not. And it's a little tricky one for FSR. Should be able to come around the 4-2 rails. But I'm just wondering what he's looking at here. Hopping over?
Is that the short stick? It is the short stick. I like the 2-rail kick here. Might be able to stick it if he catches it full. No, it's not the short stick. It's just plain cue.
Yeah, it is the 2 rails. Needs
No
a
rail.
rail to be hit. Oh! Could this be a big swing in this 3rd set, George? Ball in hand. These guys need to get something happening. And they need to respond, as you quite rightly said, George, to a current 6-rack streak from their opponents. This is where it needs to happen.
Were they a bit hasty? Does that 3-ball have a lot of room or just a little room? Oh. He made it work.
Half a pocket, George.
That's all it was.
Now the way these 2 teams have been playing, the opportunity to pounce on mistakes when they do come need to be made. I think if they, for whatever reason, give up this rack, I do feel the mountain will be that bit too high to climb. One thing we haven't mentioned yet, though, if there is a comeback on the cards, George, is the S word, shootout. That's always our last resort.
You know, it is the player's last resort. And we seem to like it quite a bit. Some of the fans don't like it. Some of the fans love it. But I will say, if you're a promoter and you see the response it gets when you're live, when you're watching these tournaments live, and you see a shootout coming, you see people just flock to the arena where they're having the shootout.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like
And
when
so
I was going to say,
I was
George,
just
it's like
thinking,
it's like when the snooker players are on a 147 and they're on the colours, everything just seems to stop.
yeah, I mean, it does. It just kind of like kicking a field goal. I mean,
Yeah.
kicking the field goal to win the game. You know, it's a 53-yarder, and everything stops in football.
Yeah, and you can hear a pin drop in the arena as well in between shots. It's
Sure.
quite something to behold, and even more daunting a shootout when you are in a team, because it's not just you to blame or to take the responsibility. You've got to share it with your teammate. Now, back to 2-1. Starting to, well, at least be the opportunity for a comeback. And Team Fischer-Kazakis will get the break in this winner breaks format, George. I can't really remember the break statistics by heart, but I do know both teams have been doing fair to middling.
Well, for the match, break success is at 33% for both teams.
Yeah.
For the set, they haven't broke yet in set number 3, so we're going to have to use that statistic. In set 2, their break success was poor at 33% also. So,
yeah. Well, more importantly, that one ball refused to drop, George, and it's hung around that side pocket. The only thing to report back in addition is that 3-2 is quite locked up, but FSR and Reparo have had a good look at what they can do about that.
well, the question is, if he comes at this from that angle, can he get by the 10? It looks like it's there. It's close. It's awful, awful close. He's going to have to come up past the 10, and they're going to play safe. Okay. He didn't try to go after it. There's the island boy, Jonas Suto, good friend of FSR and Al-Qaeda.
Yep, hailing from the Balearic island of Ibiza, which is very busy over there at this time of year. Now, I don't think that's good enough.
No, it wasn't. No cover. And even if that is covered, there's a rail first, but the 3 ball's tied up. So it's not so bad to make that mistake.
Oh, nicely done. Sort of played the rail and ball together there with a bit of draw on it to hold the cue ball off that long rail. It's worked out well. Not too sure if there's a shot on for Team Reparo FSR here. How far did that 2 roll on?
Oh, the 9 ball might have it hampered. He's got the jump cue.
Go full hit. And look at that 8 ball. Look to come over and cover the 3. It hasn't. There's no pot available from initial inspection, but good jump. And that 3 has now been opened up, but the 2 has replaced it.
Question is, can she hold the cue ball there?
Yeah, just
Can you play?
survey.
Can you go ahead?
Saying they were just tallying between the two options of leaving the bottom left at the top left of the table, or bringing it around, and it's all down to where they're going to do with the cue ball, George.
I was thinking maybe they could play the 2-ball into the 3 and bring the cue ball off the long rail behind the 8-4. That was a full draw, just avoid the side and come back behind those 2 balls. And if you caught the 3-ball with a 2-ball, it would stay there. But it's out in the open. Look for this 10-ball, this cue ball behind the 10.
Oh, it needed to hit it. Didn't take the energy out of the cue ball. This is a chance.
She overcut the 2. Safety all the way.
Yep. Big target to aim for. It is jumpable if there doesn't seem to be an obvious rail or 2-rail escape. And just while we look at FSR, we do have a result in from that matchup between Kaplan-Neuhausen, the 2 Germans, taking on Sosoa and Robbie Capito. Kaplan-Neuhausen have won in the deciding set 2-1. Just 2 matches underway, or rather still going, in this losers second round group. Obviously this being one of them. The other one, Song Zielinski and Baumgartner-Gutenberger, which, well, it looks like they're taking a break because they have moved into a deciding set. Kelly Fisher on this 2. That will work very nicely. They've had a good look at this 4, George. They fancy it to the bottom left corner.
It lays you good for that. Kind of just hold the cue ball there if you can for the 5. And they're home free.
Yeah, important time to do it. A really important time to do it. You feel whoever gets to the hill first in this deciding set will be brimming with confidence in this winner breaks format. So very important to just not let Team Repera Sanchez Ruiz achieve that.
This is 5 balls to go here, now down to 4. A stop shot and a stop shot, and then it's going from the 9 to the 10. But how confident can you be when you're in a shootout? Keep in mind that in the partners format with a shootout, the shooter will take 2 shots, one to each side of the table, one to the left-hand corner, the next one to the right-hand corner, and then they switch male to female. So
Yep.
it's not just one right after the other.
No, it really does provide that extra layer of entertainment, George, as Alex puts Kelly in position to bring the scoreline back to 2-2, which does make the conversation of shootout that bit more relevant than they have done. That brings the scoreline back to 2-2 in this decider race to 4. And, well, you were talking at the beginning of this match about shootouts. I'm not too sure how close it is to the record, but the one between Ralph Suke, and I can't remember who the other one was, but what a hefty number they made it to.
Well, they both. Ralph Suke over FSR and Wojciech Szewczak over Mika van Berkel. They were both 13-12. The only shootout I've seen go further than that, I think, well, there's been 2, but it was 14-13 in the very first Pro Billiard Series match in Arizona. It was Naui and Jesus Atencio. But I think the one between Shane and I'm forgetting who I think it was Shane and Alex. Yes, it was Shane and Alex. I think it went either 14-13 or 15-14. I'm not 100% sure. Gosh, I wish I keep those stats, but I don't know where I would have put that score sheet. It's close.
Well, here's an interesting one for you. Just had a message in from our stat man, as we call him, Michael Salmon, who is also listening in keenly while he's providing stats for both this and Table 2. He says, well, he does love the shootout suspense, but from a selfish perspective, it's more data for him to chew. And I like that.
Love Michael. Gotta love him. He works so hard at providing us with the best of stats. And I mean, it's great for us as commentators. It's also great as a viewer, especially once you understand the stats and can break them down. It really adds a lot to the game.
It does. And he's over in California. And it does make for quite difficult. Oh!
I thought that one was gone. I thought it was gone to the corner pocket, the cue ball, but no. Instead, she has a shot on the 2, and not having to do much to get on the 3.
Yeah. Does the 3 have that window for the top left?
I said it may, but maybe it doesn't. We'll see. Doesn't matter now. She's left the 10 in between.
Well, at the quick outlook, even if it doesn't go, the shape that Alex has here, it looks like he could just jump full into the 3 to play the combination. So he does have options if it doesn't go. But nevertheless, there's some air and some gravity to contend with before he gets to it. Oh, it nearly went. If that cue ball rolls, it could turn out okay, but it hasn't. Oh, it's a foul. Oh, he clipped the 10. I did miss that, George. Ball in hand really helps because I don't think that 4 passes the 9. So they're going to need to do a little bit of maneuvering with the cue ball, unless there's a 4-9 combination to consider. I don't think so. Does it pass the 9?
I cannot tell. It looks like it might. Oh boy, I was thinking that shootout between Shane and Alex was in Las Vegas. Apparently it wasn't, because I'm looking at that. And I don't see it, so I'm not sure exactly where that happened.
I'm impressed with your multitasking, George. absolutely impressed. What's FSR going to do for this 4 then? He's got into it. He's made contact. What's he left his teammate Ribeiro?
Left her with a thin cut on the left side of the 4, going 2 rails behind the 10.
I tell you something, I actually don't mind May taking this on. But I don't think
she
she
see
is.
the right? I don't think she can see that side of the ball to cut it.
No. Oh, will that get up behind the 9? What pace on the cue ball. Look at that, George.
Yeah, that was a great shot. I didn't think she had that side of the ball. I thought she just had the right side of it to cut it and go up table. Great shot by Maite. Looks like there's a window between the 7, the 3, and the 8 to kick at the 4.
Good contact and a rail hit, but that 4's leaked back out of the 6's way. It would be a thin cut to take on if it's available indeed. Or maybe not as thin as I first imagined.
This is going to work out almost perfect. And now she just stuns it up for the 6. It looks good. Good for the Spanish team. And this is the key shot. She gets on the 6 ball, and they more than likely get on the hill.
Oh, and a bounce off that short rail with a little hop, skip and a jump from FSR. Yep, looking very good for Team Ribeiro. Sanchez Ruiz here, George.
As long as he maintains control here, the 7 ball's over the pocket. Maite just has to get to the center of the table. Go ahead.
Yeah, she doesn't want to be hampered by the 8 here with her queuing. Well, she is just going over at the edge slightly.
Oh, trouble. Ooh, that was close. I thought that found the path. That's such a natural angle for the cue ball to go towards that side pocket. I was surprised that she went, that she had that English to go in that way. Yeah, here it is.
Incredible. After going on that run as well, 2-0 down in the second set. This has been fantastic stuff from Maite and FSR. And this will top it off and get them on the hill first in this deciding set. And winner breaks format, they'll have the break as well. Done. In the book.
Down it goes. And they do have that guarantee of they can't lose on this next game, but they can win. And it will go to a shootout if they lose the game.
Yeah, colleague Tim De Lauter quite rightly calls it being on the double hill. Just takes a little bit of pressure off and sort of is a one toe or foot into victory, but a shootout, as we've come to see, is very difficult to pick, and it doesn't really matter who comes into it with the momentum. All sorts can happen in the situation under the lights, George. So here we are, 3-2 in favour of Team Ribeiro FSR. We'll get the break. Fischer and Kazakis will just be looking to get back to the table with a chance of taking us through to a hill shootout here in this losers second round matchup of the Predator Mixed Doubles Open.
Neither team has had a break and run, so that doesn't favor the Spanish team, but they are at the table. They have had some 10-ball clearances, so it's not out of their realm to go for that break and run. Will they break defensively, or will they break offensively? I like the offense here.
Yeah, you don't need to ask me, George. Offense. And yeah, really, it's, for me, it hurts too much when you go defensive and it doesn't work. I'd rather go offensive and pay the consequences personally. That'll probably explain why I'm in this chair out there.
Well, let's see if Alex puts that cue ball right over behind the ball on the left long rail. I think it's the 5 or the 3. It's the 3.
Great power from Rapero in that break. Very, very unfortunate not to come away with anything. How's the 3 for cover? Bit short.
Not there. This is tricky.
Yeah, it's a little tricky, but I feel offense is what FSR's going for here. You can have a look at the 9-5-8 cluster and also where the 4 is dressed up with the 7. There's still a bit of work to do out here, as you could just see from FSR's face as he was like, yeah, well, we still got this to deal with. But first of all, make sure of the 1. I don't think there's a good option to play safe off of it, so...
I actually like him banking the ball straight up to the head rail and crossing the cue ball, try to get behind the 2. He went for it all the way. And the 10 ball, I believe, has hampered the 2. And he says, step back here, don't shoot so fast.
Well, in Spanish, it's Del Toro, the bull. And I tell you something, it just feels like Rapero and FSR have decided now they've got this 3-2 advantage in the deciding set to take the bull by the horns.
Oh, no, look at this.
Oh,
ouch, ouch, ouch. Ouch. Nice safety played. Didn't see that coming.
FSR having a giggle with Fischer Kazakis. I mean, as light-hearted as it gets, they'll be sorely disappointed.
Well, I will say that the position of the 4, he's going to hit it.
Oh! The drama keeps rolling.
Well, the problem here, Gethin, is they'll now play for the 3 foul. But the good thing is that the 3 ball is out in the open and nothing really available right away. So they'll have to make a good play for a chance at it and looking to get behind the 4-8.
Well, I don't know. Is there another option? Because they've got ball in hand. They may just want to clear out the 3 to try and do something with the 4.
Well, okay. So now where do you go with the 4? Do you play the 4-7 combo?
Well,
he's going to have to rail this around.
Yeah, but I think he'd catch the 7. He's got to miss the 7. And he's looking to get that cue ball locked up behind the 8, if so.
He's got to miss the 10. Or is he going to the other side? Yeah, he's got to miss the 10, and he has.
Yeah, that's why he played it that way, to bring the cue ball underneath the 7.
Yeah, look for the cue ball to be behind the 7. 2 rails around. Ouch, no, not enough oomph.
She did have the right line. That cue ball was tracking beautifully to bring the 985 into cover. This, a big turnaround. Now, what shot can they give themselves after this 4, though? That 5 is still pretty ugly there, George.
She might be drawing this back and trying to move the 9.
That would have been an absolutely fantastic shot to take on and execute.
The line was there. She might be able to make this. You might be able to make this.
Not the prettiest of 6s left for Kelly, but it was made.
This is a tough one. I don't know if I'd shoot this if I was her. I don't think she has a choice. Now, is it a cut or a bank? There is a 4-rail safety. This is big. So big. She's made it. And, oh my, what a shot by Kelly. That was a good pressure shot. Great pressure shot.
She's thrown that back to Alex and said, come on then. You've seen what I've done. Now step up, sir.
That's right. Your turn. Back and forth here. Back and forth.
Oh, and around the 10.
Look, this twice around the 10 he's played.
Judged to perfection.
3 balls, and for those of you that have not experienced a shootout, you're about to. Tied at 3.
And this to top off what has been an absolutely fantastic day 4 here, deep in the Austrian Alps, at the idyllic Hotel Alpina, Alpendorf, Fischer Kazakis. It didn't look like it was going to come to them, but it has, and they've been able to dig back. We have ourselves a shootout here.
And this is the full flavor of the Predator Pro Billiard Series format with shootout. Instead of watching your opponent break and run out, or anything of this nature, both teams will now have a chance at the table. And it'll put both players, all 4 players, under a lot of pressure. They will spot the 10 ball where it spots in the rack, which is about 3 inches behind your regular head spot, or behind the spot. And they will shoot to one corner. Each player will shoot twice, once to each corner. And then the next player, and the incoming player from the other team, will shoot to the same. They'll go 4 innings, 4 shots. At the end of 4 shots, if they are tied, the score is tied, that cue ball will be backed up 1 diamond, and they'll shoot from the box, 1 diamond from the head rail and 1 diamond from the side rail, and have the same shot, and it'll be sudden death. A little bit of authority. Wow. I haven't seen that shot that way for a while.
Oh, that was like cracking a whip.
Yeah. And he shot that a la Filipino, because that's how most of the Filipinos shoot that shot.
Well, Kazakis from the same spot.
He shoots it different. He shoots it from there, and he'll go 3 rails to the middle of the head rail with the cue ball. Just above center on the cue ball. And little smile.
He's thinking
had he
what
hit
we're
that
thinking.
hard. Yeah, and he hit that harder. It's not there.
No,
He
no,
used
no.
every bit of that pocket.
Just got a glimpse of Jonas Suto smiling in the background as well, sat there in the white t-shirt. Now, one for
Now they
one.
switch sides. This is for their tournament life. Just think about that.
That's the way he does it. 2 for 2 for FSR. Alex Kazakis wasn't necessarily as convincing with his first attempt, but still, green tick on the board. This to keep it nice and even. This match not been much to pick between them, score-wise, set-wise, and that may be shootout-wise.
Nicely played.
Yes, yes, indeed, sir.
And if you're not a fan of the shootout, excuse me, if you're not a fan of the shootout, just look at the concern on the partner's face when their partners are shooting. Do you see that type of concern for every shot when you're going for a full rack? No.
No, never. Absolutely never. We started this match 2 hours, 40 minutes ago, and it has culminated nicely to this point. Mayte gets her first successfully, and it will be Kelly now, breaking from the same side.
I love the way she shot that.
Yeah, and a big smile as well, understandably. We're getting to the business end of this first installment of shootout. If we are locked at the end of this, we will move to sudden death. So far, it's all green on the board. Can Kelly do likewise?
If anybody can, she can.
Done. Done. And
Three out of the 4 players shoot it this way. One, FSR, wraps it out of the corner. He's just the type of player that he'd rather take a full stroke at the ball than roll it in. Nothing wrong with that. It's what you practice.
absolutely. And you don't get the shooter coming that often, but I can certainly imagine these players are practicing these now when they're back on the practice table. Oh, and again, a big high five from Reparo. She's done her job as well. FSR2, that's their 4. Rewarded with green ticks.
And we are into sudden death, I believe. The cue ball will be backed up. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Kelly still has to shoot after Kelly shot.
And still
We're in
has to
sudden
make
death
it.
now.
Yeah, we are.
We're in
You hit
sudden
the nail
death
on
now.
the head.
Watch for movement, none.
Kelly Fisher.
And now the cue ball moves back 1 diamond.
Which should make it that bit tougher. all our players getting success from both sides with their shootout shots. We return to FSR with his first in this now sudden death stage. Keep your eye on this. Expect a blur towards that bottom right corner. He's thumping them in.
Now, keep in mind, in his shootout with Ralph Souquet, he got 12, and here he's missed the first one from the back box.
He hit that notedly softer than his previous two. Did he just give up on it? Well,
A make by Alex ends it. Oh boy, so we go on.
We'll move over to the other side of the table. It's getting nervy out there. This for a place in the in the losers' third round. They'll still have another match to get through to the quarters. Wow.
Keep in mind, both players now, Alex and FSR, have made 8 or 9 shots from the back in their previous shootouts. So maybe they had a little overconfidence on that last one, or maybe the nerves just got to them. But we're still in play, but it's still sudden death. Nothing but net.
Okay. High fives between Rapero and FSR. Alex to the table. Sudden death has to make this one now, George.
Yeah, put yourself in his shoes, Gethin. He just missed one. Is it more pressure or less pressure?
Well, I can only answer for myself. I was already under pressure from the opening shot. Oh, no pressure, says Kazakis. And we will continue on. And it will now be back over the other side of the table for Mayte for the first of her potential two. We're still going, George.
Now the ladies.
Yep. Maria Teresa Ribeiro. Will be looking to return back to FSR with that beaming smile and high five.
Big shot down the middle. Right down the middle. Perfect cue ball.
I think FSR is turning around and having a bit of a chin wag with Arcady. I'm not too sure if I don't get to see the head, but I'm seeing some knobbly knees. But he keeps looking behind and having a bit of a chin wag. I don't think it's with Suto. Now, Kelly Fisher must make 10 ball.
Lots of titles. And they don't count here. It's just one shot. And she's missed it. And they are out of the tournament.
Wow, George, would you believe
how
it?
big those shots are.
Yeah. Oh, you could feel the nerves out there, and you can see Jonas Suto coming over for a high five with the guys. They'll be really happy with that. They will progress through to the losers' third round, which continues tomorrow. David Arcade as well with the high fives. They'll be looking now just to get themselves collected, because at 10 a.m. tomorrow, and set your alarm please, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be kicking off play for day 5 with the Billiards Carrinho Women's Open at 10 a.m. And well, a real big congratulations to these pair. Commiserations to Kelly and Alex. They will exit the mixed doubles tournament at this point. Both still looking in with their chances in the men's and women's singles event. And a big thank you to our viewers for joining us. We really hope you enjoyed this scintillating shootout. My name's Gethin Davis. It's been a pleasure to be joined with George Teachea in the box. And if today is any indication of what we're in store for the remaining 4 days, well, I imagine we'll see you all back here tomorrow morning. Thank you ever so much for joining us. Good evening, and we look forward to seeing you back here on Pro Billiard TV.